Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. Don't forget, there's a lot of this going on. It's the 10-year anniversary of Operation U-Tree. You can see my 1-hour documentary, U-Tree 10 Years On, my story, on Ustream. We couldn't put it on YouTube because it would be taken off at the drop of a hat. This is the book that you can get. You can go to Ustream News on the shop and buy this, and the profit of this goes to the veterans charity Care After Combat. If you can't read, just make a donation to the Ustream Veterans Fund. And on Saturday week will be a concert I did called No Further Action. It's the one that I took up to Edinburgh and gobbed off about. It's quite good, it's quite funny. It's funny how we can all laugh at ourselves. I remember at my brother's funeral, my poor brother John, I stood next to his coffin in the crematorium. And I said he was a happy chap, John. And my mother always used to say about him that he'd laugh if his arse was on fire. And I said, and in a minute, it fucking will be. So there you go. We can. Do you know what, though? Everyone laughed at that and relaxed, apart from Auntie Peggy. She never spoke to me again as long as I lived, as long as she lived. Anyway, she didn't even speak to me then before she died. Never mind. You can't please everyone all the time, can you? Let's talk about a Mr. McGuirter. He sounds like a Mr. Magoo character, doesn't he? But he is a bit of a character. He's a former BBC journalist, and he has accused the front bench of being coconuts. The coconut cabinet. So Liz Truss, did you see her at the dispatch box? What do you think? I thought she was like Thatcher. Carol Thatcher. But and Dan Wootton last night on GB News, I was on with him, and he said, I think it's karma. I don't like it karma. I like them all bashing each other up. I like the shouting and the here and the waving the things. I like all that stuff. Do you know what? The Labour front bench is sort of there, that side. The speaker's here, isn't he? Or if you're looking at telly, he's here. They're that side, they're that side. And that is designed so they are 2 sword lengths apart. Before they had guns and pistols and things like that. But anyway, let's just have a look at what Mr. McGuirter said about the front bench, which is the great Kwasi Kwarteng. Didn't I say the other day he could pick whichever job he wanted? He was the first one in, and he's Chancellor. And then who are James Cleverly. Now, James Cleverly is very clever. Cleverly, they call him. He is a great bloke. Ladies and gentlemen, I know him. He's a great bloke, and he was an artillery officer as well. He's a bloody good bloke. I don't know what he was doing on that front bench. He was gobbing off a bit, wasn't he? He knows the camera was on him. So he was a bit articulate. You got to rein that in a bit, Jimmy boy. And Suella Braverman, I don't know her. She's the Home Secretary. I didn't want her to be Home Secretary. I wanted Alistair Jack, my favourite MP. He's the Minister for Scotland. He's a great bloke. Don't you worry about that. And then we've got that other lady, Kemi Cumberbatch. Well, anyway, she's got one of them. Anyway, she was late, wasn't she, for the cabinet meeting? So let's have a go at what Mr. McGuirter said about the way that Liz Old Truss has put together this thing. He said they are coconuts, and he's accused of being racist by calling them a coconut cabinet. I think a coconut is what people accuse a black or Indian person of being white. So brown on the outside, white on the inside. It's an insult when other black people would say to that black person, you've sold out, because really it's the colour of your skin is black, but you're just white. I think that's insulting to everyone. It's insulting to the person that it's aimed at, and it's insulting to the white people and the black people. It's the most despicable thing you say, Mr. McGuirter, but you are former BBC journalist, so, you know, what is the C in BBC is probably you, Mr. McGuirter. So let's just have a look. They're a fabulous front bench, if you look. This is the most diverse a cabinet has ever been. They're so diverse on that front bench of the Conservative question time thing. I thought it was like the waiting room to film an advert for ITV. They all could have gone on there straight away. So good luck to them all. And Mr. McGuirter, I think it's awful that you've decided to call people coconuts. Shame on you. Right, let's go over to Ustream.
You couldn't go up to someone, I'm going to test you for performance-enhancing drugs.
Today at the Paraplegic Olympics, 2 athletes have been sent home who've tested positive for WD-40.
Couldn't do it. No, these sandwiches taste funny. Where'd you get this crab paste? At the chemist.
She said, don't call me fucking fat. Wasn't for gay men, fat birds wouldn't have any fucking friends at all.